Going to do something a little bit different today. This is one of this month's free games. Stories, The Path of Destinies. I've played a little bit of this. It is an action game. I'm not that great at action games, but might be able to do somewhat okay on this one. So I'm going to go ahead and start a new game and see how bad I am at this.
Once upon a time, the infamous rover Reynardo plundered the floating isles. Then his mother called him to her deathbed. "Swear to me that you won't die on the gallows," she rasped. Reluctantly, he swore. And he whiled away his days at home with music, cards, and wine. But the Emperor had changed. He'd been good once, a shy, almost humble toad. He'd built universities. Then people started whispering about mass graves in the woods, midnight rituals, victims screaming. The Imperial Ravens would round up entire villages, and no one ever returned. The Ravens had come to Ubar scouting for ancient books said to be of great power. But the librarians had hidden the books, so they'd burnt the librarians. The citizens, outraged, had driven them off. The Ravens had come back with dropships. The kid had fled with one of those books. He was brave and dumb and wanted to join the rebellion. And Reynardo had promised his mother he'd protect him. The kid was looking down, watching his city burn. "Sorry, kid," Reynardo told the kid. "Look, if we give them the book, they'll leave you alone." "My mother died for this book!" "I promised her I'd protect you." "Oh, damn it." The kid had run off. With the book, of course. So Reynardo had to run after him.
Alright. Pop. Let's see what all I can do in these introductory areas.
The two Ravens were staring at the kid like he was their dinner, which probably was what was in their tiny brains. "Hey," Reynardo said. They cocked their heads at him. "Pick on someone as ugly as you." Wait, that didn't come out right. "For the Emperor!" The Ravens cawed and rushed at him. A dropship flew overhead. He hoped they hadn't noticed him. The kid.
Really not great at these action games. My reactions aren't that great. I have real quick reactions these days.
Oh, right. The Gate of Heroes. Someone's idea of a joke, making the Skyship Docks a gated community. You needed a hero's sword to open it. And the kid was on the other side of the gate. Who let you through? Promise me you'll take the book to the rebels, or I'm gonna steal your ship. I'm not taking that damn book anywhere, and neither are you.
Try and stop me, laughed the kid. I bet you don't even have a hero sword.
And with that, the kid hopped away. Had to hand it to the kid. He was an idiot, but he had guts. Where was Renato going to get a hero sword?
So you'll come across these doors that will require a specific sword to get through. The first sword that you get is the hero sword, which you don't have yet. So.
Ore and wind essence? That sounds about right. I'll need a workshop, though. Perfect.
So you're sword crafting. Not that hard. This is the sword crafting menu. Here you can craft and upgrade powerful magic swords. Gather the required materials from the chest scattered throughout Boreas. Selected sword's current level and special power. Selected sword's special power at the next level. The resource needed to upgrade the selected sword. After resources, craft your first sword now.
A hero sword. QED.
Alright. I need 30 more ore to upgrade that one. You got the Void Blade, the Winter Thorn, the Firestorm. Actually, you got gems as well later on, but not just yet. Alright. Here. There, head back up to the door.
This is what he got for settling down and finding people to care about. The kid's mum had been a swell cook, and she'd laughed at Renato's jokes, even when he didn't know he'd made one. And then the ravens had come to burn her. And she'd made him promise to protect the kid. But she never told him where the book was. Just the kid.
Floating above the bridge. Ah, well. And the doors, instead of opening, just disappear. I'm like, okay.
He came up to a ledge. It was too far to jump. There'd been a bridge here before, hadn't there? And there was Peter, giggling at him. "How'd you get across?" he asked the kid. "Where'd you find a hook?" "I hopped," said the kid. Wise-ass kid. "Hey, look out behind you!" "Cute," said Renato. Ah, ravens. It was time to talk some sense into the kid. Just hook his way across the ledge and chase the kid down. Thing was, he hadn't used his hook since he'd retired. How had he done it? Maybe if he meditated. At that altar there, he'd remember his old skills.
Seemed a little odd, but oh well. Each time you gain a level, you also gain skill points. Spend your skill points at the altar scattered throughout Boreas to gain new powerful abilities or upgrade existing ones. There are 4 tiers of skills. The more truths you discover, whatever those are, the more tiers you unlock. Here you can find the description of each skill and its unlock requirements. You have a skill point screen. Go and buy the hookshot skill.
It was starting to come back to him. Something you never completely forgot, like how to freeze time when attacking. The more he fought, the more he'd probably remember.
So, find these posts that you can hook to get across chasms, and also pull enemies towards you, though probably never do that, but I'll probably never remember. Alright.
And there was the Farfarer. She was the fastest ship he'd ever known. She could do the Kestra run in 12 furlongs. Oh, so the salesman had told him. And something told him the kid was about to walk into an ambush.
Stop! He shouted. I'm not giving you the book!
Shouted the kid, and took off.
No! Peter!
But the kid ran for it, and a goggler nailed him with its ivy. The book was unburned. Next to it were the buckles from the kid's shoes, and a kid-sized pile of ashes. Damn it, why hadn't he lied and told the kid he'd take the book to the rebels? The kid would be alive now. Really pissed off and betrayed, but alive. Oh, damn it. Renato picked up the book. He couldn't let the Empire have it now. He was going to have to get it out of there. He'd be a wanted man. Probably have to join the rebellion just to have a place to dock. Well, he'd hated home life anyway.
Alright. Alright.
What was the big deal about this book anyway?
Hey.
Maybe he should
Wait a minute.
open it and
My
find
ore.
out. All that had been years ago. How many? The war was a blur, and now 3 Raven scout ships were chasing him.
Where are you running, rebel?
Cawed the Raven captain over the loud hailer. Renato could see them cranking up their catapults.
Just going out for milk?
Renato yelled back.
Where can you run?
Laughed the Raven horribly. Far behind it, another city was burning. The dark cloud above its island was thousands of Imperial ships. The fleet was doing a thorough job.
Take us to the rebel base, and we'll spare your life!
It cawed. The entire jury-rigged rebel fleet was only a few islands to the east. Beyond that were only the pillars of heaven. A sea of endless blood-colored tornadoes. The rebellion was out of time. Unless Renato could bring a game-changer. Maybe he could. Renato had found out where he could find the pieces of the Sky Ripper. The legendary weapon that had exiled the lost gods. Surely a legendary weapon could win the final battle. On the other hand, his old friend Lupino had sent Renato a desperate message saying he had a brilliant scheme to save the rebellion. If Renato could only rescue him. Renato dived the Farfarer towards the abyss. As he felt the heat of the jet stream, the Raven ships peeled off, not stable enough to follow him down there. Now it was time to choose. Lapino or the Sky River?
So this is often what you're able to do. You make choices from time to time. And go ahead and go after Lapino.
Ah, Lapino. Apparently, the Mad Rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own. Lapino always wiggled out of trouble, given time. But he was out of time. The Ravens had figured out that Lapino was a rebel spy. If the fleet reached him first, they'd string him up for that. Never mind the winged horse. Lapino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen the winged horse. He'd only sold it. But wait, where was the prison? The village was empty. Had everybody fled the Ravens? Renado's blood was up. He just needed to smash something.
Gems, I haven't seen these gems yet. The gems after the menu. Here you can equip powerful gems that will augment both the offensive and defensive capabilities. Now has 3 sockets into which you can put gems. Select one of the sockets to see your gems. Each gem has 3 levels and its effect increases with each level. Picking up a gem you already have will automatically upgrade that gem's level. Find gems in the chest scattered throughout Barda, if you're lucky enough. Attack speed, critical chance, physical resistance, elemental resistance, shield breaker, treasure hunter, and energy unsure. But haven't found any. So they're all the same. Wars are not enough to do anything yet. Got these little platforms, interesting.
What did you do if one of these platforms stalled? The Ravens had taken the town. Renado had seen villages emptied like this. All the people taken away to be sacrificed in the Emperor's secret rituals. Renado hoped the people were just hiding.
Alright.
Firewalls only let you through if they think you're hot enough.
So this needs the fire sword. Maybe I can't slash through it. Ah well. Can't go through there. Still no. That's carrots. Can't go through there. Zero door.
Can't we just agree to disagree? Said Renato. No?
Oh, it's fast enough.
Ravens were landing everywhere. The advance guard. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lupino first, they'd eat him for breakfast. Or a snack. Ravens weren't picky. If they got hungry, they sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners. Even top spies like Lupino. Where had the mad rabbit got to?
Definitely a skill point, but I can't use it. Back to full health. Either way, yeah, looks like. One moment. Combat system actually does remind me of a Hand of Fate. Oh, that one. You give a button counter. Okay. There we have it.
Renato felt like he was ready to learn new things. Thank goodness he didn't have to go to school for that.
Alright, there goes the dash.
It was starting to come back to him. Something you never completely forgot. Like how to freeze time when attacking. The more he fought, the more he'd probably remember.
Not sure that I use that very much, though. Actually.
In your next life.
Can't go back here. Kind of odd, but Oh well. Get through that one. Odd. It really
Bernardo had been the terror of the sandcastles when he was 2. Dirty and bloody, Bernardo finally reached Lapino. The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Bernardo recognized the cards. It was Lapino's favorite deck. Oh, I thought you were in danger. I am. The ravens are coming. Oh, the prison thing. Right, yeah, see, this guard owed me 53 ducats, so we made a deal. They're very reasonable people, actually, for weasels. Now, I got a brilliant plan to kidnap Zenobia.
We capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows, and that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who also happened to be a deadly sorcerer and his only daughter? That would be worth it. On the other hand, he could still get to the core of the Sky Ripper, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great power.
I'm gonna go to Zenobia this time.
Zenobia wasn't just the Emperor's daughter, of course. She'd been Renato's best friend in Sword Fu School. And you're still mad for her, the rabbit reminded him. They'd been close. She'd told him things no one else knew. But she'd never told him who she really was.
She knows all the Emperor's plans, chuckled the Master Spy.
She won't give them up easily.
She'll tell the interrogators, all right,
said Lapino. Taking her would change the game, all right.
The city was already under Zenobia's control. I had to admire her efficiency. Renato shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators. Could he really turn her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty.
All right. Chest over here.
Ooh, sparkly, thought Renardo.
Water essence, huh? Alright. You already use it though.
Didn't I just kill your brother? These things could really use a hand.
Pick up.
Huh? A lever? That was new. Most people still use doorknobs.
Looks like there's a bit of stealth play in this one. Alright.
So, what's this plan of yours?
Use me as bait.
Said Lupino. And he outlined a slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer
A little bit on fire.
Lupino dressing as an old blind toad, and Renardo hiding inside a monstrous watermelon.
What could possibly go wrong? Thought Renardo.
That's an interesting choice. Okay, not the time for harebrained schemes.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sure you know better, said Lupino.
If I craft a sword now, it's going to be really short.
See what we got. Yep. I don't think I've... Yep. Haven't found any of those yet. I just had it if I'd been able to pick up that ore from the dock, but it wasn't not me.
Renardo felt a little better.
Alright. Not good with timing. It might actually be good for me. That now cause damage, doesn't it already cause damage? So
Missed his old skills. He welcomed them back like it was at a reunion.
go ahead and do that one. Let's see what. How that one works for me. Oh well. No, I guess. Oh, these doors that you can't possibly use.
Should go, he thought.
Well, Okay. Try this again.
Slippy's hit, he thought.
Maybe I'm not good. Yeah, so I can really get further along. Alright. You just have to be a little more careful. Let's see the time thing happen though. Okay, I actually got through it that time. Yeah, I'm not that good at action games.
Renato slinked through Zenobia's ship, making no sound at all. Where were her guards? Finally, he reached her bedroom. She was curled up at her bed. Oh, he'd forgotten how beautiful she was. How sleek. How soft. He tapped her on the shoulder with his sword. She became smoke. And he noticed he had a blade to his throat. Stay a while. Heard a familiar voice. Did you really think you could capture me? Zenobia said as her ship lifted off. Now I just wanted some privacy. Renato said, did you ever wonder why the Emperor adopted you? And he told her why. His Imperial Majesty wanted to bring the lost gods back. They could make him immortal. But to seal the bargain, he needed a sacrifice. Someone who truly loved him. You're lying. She was furious. You can't prove that. I can. And so, they set sail for the Nexus. The scientists at the observatory have resurrected one of his victims. Well, he's not exactly alive, but it can talk, and it can't lie. You took a big risk. You know, I could just cast a spell to make you tell me where the rebel base is. And you wouldn't consider that cheating? She frowned. Ugh, fine. Let's go get your witness. The rebellion had started after atrocities that the Empire hushed up. Renato had rescued a priest whose order had been massacred for one book. He had slept in a burnt village. Dead kittens and puppies had come to tell him what the Emperor had done to them.
Supposed to interact with her, wasn't I? Okay. Alright.
If they didn't want their things broken, they really ought to make them stronger.
I got my health back, so. Alright.
Good thing Renato didn't have vertigo.
There's a kind of a new game plus on this where you go back to those earlier areas with those doors you can possibly get to in the first time. Alright, now I should be able to get sort of these upgrades.
Who needed bridges anyway?
Chest way down there. Is that, that's the, void door.
So much. It was time to turn it into something he could use.
All right. Suppose I should get this one. I kind of like to have more health.
This was way better than being able to shrink down to the size of an ant. What was that all about anyway?
Let's see. Found it.
She caught up with him. She seemed troubled. All right, out with it, he said. He sent his ravens to search for an ancient crystal. Something called the Iblis Stone. Iblis? Isn't he one of the lost gods? He shivered. A stone dedicated to one of the lost gods. Well, that could give great power. But what would the god demand in return?
I wonder what I could make with all these sword crafting materials, thought Renato.
Renato had been searching for a way to save the rebellion. Lupino wanted to capture and interrogate Zenobia. But if he could show her proof of her father's madness, maybe she would join the rebellion.
A crafting bench. Renato wondered what he could make with it.
Okay. Upgrade that. Not enough of that, not enough of that. I got fire essence for that. So, just I'll have to. So I can use R2 to heal myself now. Still haven't found any of these guys, so. Alright.
There was an engraving. Maximum capacity, 130 people.
Oh, let's. Oh, okay. Oh, well, that's handy.
God,
In here in time.
it's full of stars.
And you go 2 in time. Really don't like.
It was good to practice your moves, thought Renato. Keeps you limber.
Ooh, Renato hated warlocks. The way they stayed back and loved pain and death from a distance. Cowards. Really dangerous, effective cowards.
Through that one.
A present? For me? The observatory was a burning hulk. Dead scientists and black feathers everywhere. The Ravens had taken care to burn the reanimated witness to cinders. Zenobia stared around, shocked. The scientists had been neutral. They had no part in the rebellion. "Take me to your council," she said, shaken. "I have things to tell them." It was what Renato had gambled on. The Zenobia would turn against her father once she knew his madness. But the rebel base was secret. Could he really risk taking the Emperor's daughter there?
So, did he really convince her, or was she playing him like a fiddle? His secret base might be disastrous. He should lie about the location of the base, so he is certain of her sincerity. He would take her to the mountains. Or, did he really convince her, or was she playing him like a fiddle? Came this far, why hesitate now? He should take her to the secret base. Don't know. Yeah, try this one.
Renato reached Lapino by Farspeaker Toad, the one creature the Ravens had left alive at the observatory. "I'll meet up with you at the base," Lapino said through the Toad. "Good thinking." Renato gave him the coordinates. "There's a shuttle here I can, borrow." Renato found Zenobia in the chart room. "I've been having awful dreams," she said. "Dead kittens and worse. I thought they were only dreams, you know. Why would anyone want the lost gods back? In those days, the favorite of a god could become immortal." She held herself and shivered. "He wants to become an eater of souls." "Well, I'm not afraid of dying. Just tired of boredom," Renato said, but she didn't laugh.
Silence fell as they flew towards the ruins of the city of Ubar, where the rebellion leadership was hiding. If Zenobia couldn't help them fight off her father, no one could. As they touched the ground, he could smell the ravens and hear their hungry caws in the distance.
They're probably looking for me, she said. You go on ahead. She had that fiery look in her eyes that he'd always loved. It was a bit odd, though. How easy she'd been to convince. It was what he'd gambled on, but he'd expected more of an argument. She'd always loved to argue. She considered it the fastest way to the truth. Maybe she'd long suspected the truth. Sometimes all it took was taking the bandages from your eyes. That must be it, he told himself. It wasn't his fault. They looked so breakable.
And try this door. And I'm stuck, it's stuck.
Don't look down, he told himself. Don't look down.
Yet? Yep. Yep. Let's go now.
They caught their breath under a ruined arch. It's beautiful, she said. This was the library of Ubar, he said. Your father's ravens thought they had an ancient book. She nodded. Was she crying? This was exactly what I wanted, Renata thought. To turn her to our cause. So, why do I feel something is terribly wrong? Because nothing ever goes this smoothly, is why.
Okay.
Hey, how do you tell if someone's far away, or just really small?
Fully. Right. Get that wrong. If there's anything else in here.
When I build my castle, thought Bernardo, all my gates are going to open with buttons, and all the levers will drop rocks at your head. The long stairs. So he was close to the rebel base. Nothing was on fire. So far, so good. Should have done a barrel roll, he thought, as he died.
Alright, try that. Once more. I may go ahead and put it.
Should have faked left and then gone left, he thought. And then, he never thought again.
Alright, I think I'm gonna get here. Just not good at action games. Ah, well. Decide what to do next until then.